Hello, everyone out there in the potential zombie land. Everyone's freaking out, buying toilet paper, all the rest of it. Now, I personally am not worried about this virus for myself and my family, but I am worried about this virus for people that are immune compromised, and they're the sort of people that are dying from this disease. So the best way to boost your immune system is using food and other things, herbs and stuff. So I made up a little report which I am going to have available via email to send to people. I'll put the link in later on once I've finished this. It's just a quick little bullet point report. It doesn't go into a great amount of detail, but I just wanted to, because I think that the most thing about this, what's going on, is that fear. And studies have been done with people that they actually gave live viruses to, and then looked at the take-up of that virus in the person's body depending on their stress levels. So the people, they all got the same virus. It was, I'll try and find the link as well, but the people that didn't get the virus were the people that weren't stressed. And we all know stress is a big thing, but we need to now take that a little bit more seriously and look at the things that we can do to reduce our stress level about this potential, everyone's going to die, and just be proactive about it. And when you do these things that I'm suggesting, you will then feel empowered. You'll feel, well, you know what, I'm doing everything I can to protect myself, so I'm fine. I'm not going to get this. No one in my family is going to get this. We're all going to be great. And it's a great time to introduce these things into your daily life anyway. So the first number one that I have is something that I always used to get teased about by my colleagues, is raw garlic. So you just get the purple garlic is the best. You get a clove of it and you crush it with a knife to take the skin off, and then you cut it into whatever manageable pieces you can swallow, and you swallow it whole. You shouldn't have any problems with any indigestion or anything like that from swallowing it. It should just, go straight in. You shouldn't get any burping or anything like that. If you do get that, then it means that you probably don't have enough digestive enzymes happening, and then probably you might want to introduce something to fix that as well. Yes, hi Lou. Stress less. Stress is a big thing. So I'll talk about that a little bit later, how to combat stress, because it's easy to say don't stress, but if you're naturally someone that's anxious or worried, that can be a bit difficult. So the number two thing that I'm suggesting is bone broth. I know it's been, everyone's been talking about it, but it really is a very powerful thing that you can do so easily. Go and buy a free-range chicken, cooked, pull the meat off, and I know they're still available in the supermarkets because I was there yesterday. Pull all the meat off, put it in a plate, give it for the kids for lunch or whatever, and get a stock pot or just a saucepan, put it on low and boil that for 24 hours or more. Don't add anything else to it, because the bone broth is like a base. So we don't salt it. You can add veggie scraps to it if you want to, but we generally don't. And so what the bone broth does is all your gut is only like one layer of cells. It's fairly, as far as, in being penetrable, it is actually quite easy for things to get into your bloodstream. And that's why people get autoimmune diseases, because the gut lining has been compromised. And also you get other things, little pathogens and things that make little gaps, and then food and things that aren't meant to be in your bloodstream get in there, and that food is only meant to go into your bloodstream once it's all been made into micromolecules, whatever, and it has to go through your colon, your digestive system. So these large proteins and whatever are getting into your bloodstream. Then your body goes, well, what are these? What's this? And then attacks, and then that's when you get that autoimmune thing happening. So the bone broth is like a mucilage. It's like if you ever see it when it's cold, it's like jelly. And that bathes all of the cells, gives the amino acids and the collagen to help repair that gut lining. So we do bone broth all the time because our dogs eat it, but also we freeze it down into ice cubes. And so then if you're cooking up a stew or something like that, you can add a couple of ice cubes in instead of oil. So then you're getting rid of that horrible oil cooking problem, which some of you may or not be or may be aware of. And so then you're using that instead of oil to cook your garlic and your onion when you're doing whatever you're doing. And it acts like like an oil, but it's not an oil, to give that sort of that liquid. So the third thing is ginger. Still available in the supermarkets. You can add it to smoothies. You can just have a tea with hot water with just a slices of ginger. Add it to any dishes that you're doing, vegetables, whatever. So it has a warming effect on the body, ginger. And what it does is it helps break down the toxins in your organs, and it's also got the antimicrobial effects as well for bacteria and parasites and viruses, which is what we sort of want to try and prevent. Green tea is another one which you probably already have available. The best green tea is the bullet. So they look like little balls, and then what happens is when you put hot water on them, they then expand and you'll end up with all leaves at the bottom of your teacup. So that is the best form of green tea because it's not processed without having to go into too much of other things. A lot of companies bleach their tea bags and have plastic in them. So if you can have tea in a herbal form, which is like a leaf tea, that is going to be better for you. I have teas. You can probably see them in the background there. I've got all the teas. I've got echinacea, everything. If you want a tea, I can certainly make one up for you and post that out to you. So the green tea is really powerful antioxidant. It's got I've got to try and say this. It's got an active ingredient called which it's a really powerful antioxidant. So it's got the antifungal, antiviral, antioxidant effect. And I'm sure you all know what antioxidants are. They are when things are, chemical reactions are happening in our body and things are getting broken down, you end up with an unbalanced sort of thing going on. So you've got your positive and your negative. And so the antioxidants give that charge to these unstable molecules, and that's what they do. It's like giving a positive to a negative or a negative to a positive to make that balanced. So the other thing is number 5, vitamin C foods. So vitamin C, we all know that it's been around for ages, but you can get it in your food without going out and buying tablets. And please don't buy any tablets from a supermarket ever. They're low quality. They're full of fillers and things like talc and stuff just to beef it up to be a pill. If you want to get supplements, please go to your health food shop, preferably one that's got a naturopath there or someone that knows what they're talking about, and just get your good quality brands like Bioceutical. Oh, I'm not meant to say that. Okay, just get a good quality brand because you do get what you pay for, absolutely. But if you need anything, also hit me up. I'm happy to post out stuff. So the vitamin C foods are citrus fruits, as we know, lemons, oranges, grapefruits, if you can handle that bitter taste. Just reading from a list here: blackcurrant, guava, green and red capsicum, which you can add to anything that you add, pretty much, garlic and onion to. Pineapples, mangoes, honeydew melons, and parsley. But with your melons, please eat them on their own. Don't eat melons with any other food. That's watermelon, honeydew melon, rock melons. Have them on their own. So if you're going to have fruit for breakfast, just have watermelon or rock melon for breakfast. Don't eat it with any other fruits or any other foods, and give your tummy a rest for a little bit, and then your next meal you're fine. Because what happens is they ferment and they digest quite quickly. So if you're having a melon, and what the worst thing ever is prosciutto and rock melon. That's the worst food combination that you could, I think, ever get in the whole world. And yes, it came from Italians. Little sarcastic input there. So yes, just eat melons on their own. Beta carotene foods, and that's anything that is orange. So anything orange is good for women in particular, but also has high levels of the beta carotene in them. So that's carrots, pumpkin, sweet potato, capsicums, apricots, kale, although that's not orange, spinach and collard green like greens. So things that you can supplement with at this particularly at this time are the probiotics, because they are giving new bacteria into your system and to give you a broad range. So we're recommending a broad range probiotic if you wanted to do that. But you can also get probiotics in a cheaper form, or maybe not cheaper, but sorry, I just had a phone call. In your supermarket, and yes, they are still available. Kefir is a fermented drinking yogurt. You can get the coconut kefir, you can get the there's lots of brands out there. You just go into your section of your supermarket that's got all of those, and most supermarkets have them, you know, your IGAs and your Farmer Jacks. So I recommend one with a goat milk or coconut, but if you don't have a problem with dairy, you can have a dairy one as well. 30 mils a day. I have the bottle in the fridge and I just slug it because I'm the only one that has it. Russ doesn't like it, but if you're sharing it with other people, you could just measure it out and do the 30 mils a day, and that will provide good bacteria for you. You can also eat probiotic foods. So in my report, my list, I'll put a list of good probiotic foods. Also prebiotic foods, which is the food. So probiotic is giving bacteria into your body that's potentially new bacteria to add to your colony. They're only usually effective while you're taking them. But if you eat probiotic food, the prebiotic foods are the foods that feed your bacteria. So garlic is one of them, onions, there's lots of prebiotic foods. I will also provide that list in my report for you. Vitamin D. So we've all been made to feel that the sun is dangerous and it's going to kill us all, a bit like what's going on now with this apocalypse zombie virus. So the thing is that we need vitamin D to make our hormones. So you cover up every time you go out, you put nasty sunscreen on your body that's full of chemicals. You're actually weakening your immune system, as well as introducing toxic chemicals to your skin that then your body has to deal with, because your skin is your biggest organ. So sunlight is free, as long as you're being, sensible about it. 10 minutes in the sun, before that peak time of the day when it's really hot, but we're getting into sort of more, winter now, so you're not going to have that peak time. So 10 minutes a day, as much of your body as you can. So if you've got a good little backyard that's private, naked, 10 minutes, 5 minutes either side, that is going to be the most therapeutic thing that you can do at the moment, is getting that sunlight on your skin. Yes, cover your face with a hat, towel, whatever, and yeah, great therapy. Combine that little bit of sunlight with some walking in nature, and you've got, the most powerful stress relieving thing that you can get. Zinc is another thing that you need in times of immune stress. So zinc is in a lot of foods, and I will provide it's not in a lot of foods, but it's in foods. And I think one of the things that that is high in zinc, and that's oysters, which also have the added benefit of potentially being an aphrodisiac. So while we're spending all this time inside, great time to have some oysters and get some little sexy happening. Now, some essential oils that you can use, which some of you might have already have laying around. Myrrh is one of them. I don't suggest that you ingest essential oils. I know a lot of people out there do, but it's not recommended. I recommend that you burn them in you can just get those cheap little oil burners, and you use the little tea light candles, and also using them as a massage oil. So they will get into your skin. So you can use a massage, you can make your own massage oil using a sweet almond carrier oil or even coconut oil, which has antiviral, antibacterial properties as well, the coconut oil. And all of you probably already have that in your cupboard. Oregano oil is another one, and you can also use oregano as a herb in your cooking. Now, we're getting to the end. Exercise. So we're sort of, like stay inside and, all that. But, getting outside in the fresh air and having a walk 20 to 30 minutes a day is the best thing that you can do. Your lymph system is what kills all pathogens entering your body. Now, your lymph isn't like your blood. Your blood gets pumped around by your heart. Your lymph actually gets pumped around your body in a one-way movement via movement. So the moving of your muscles and walking moves your lymph around your body. So we need to be making sure that that is happening, because if you've ever been, to a practitioner and they feel you around here, obviously they're your lymph nodes that you can feel. But you also have them, in your groin. They're all over your body. So what happens is the white cells, the lymph, isolate any pathogens in those little nodes until they can kill them. So we need to get that moving around our body. And if you're sitting around all day feeling sorry for yourself that you have to be isolated, pissed off that dinner en blanc has been cancelled, and Xavier Raj and our holiday to Thailand, and if you're feeling sorry for yourself and pissed off, gonna make more stress, it's gonna make you sad, you're gonna get all upset, and then your immune system is going to be compromised. So we need to keep positive, and if we can do all of these things, going and getting those things at the shop at the moment, which are all readily available for all of us, doing that each day and empowering yourself to say, no, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I am protecting myself, I am fine. And that in itself is going to reduce your stress and build your immune system. So the last thing is sleep. Getting your sweet spot for your sleep and when you're getting enough. For me, I need a bit more sleep than probably your average person, but some people only need, 6 hours. You'll know what you need. And so getting enough sleep is really important. And if you're laying awake at night and you've got this stuff going over and over in your mind, or you're waking up in the night and you're not getting good sleep, that is going to affect your health. So you need to make that a really big priority so that you can get that good sleep. So there's a few options that you can have for like sleep apps. Me personally, in the past when I haven't been able to sleep, I listen to Alan Watts because his voice just makes me go to sleep. But you'll find out, something that's going to work for you. I'll again put that in that report. So all you need to do you could actually comment that you want it, and I can send it to you. I just need your email. You can privately message me your email address, or I'll put a link to my website where you can go on and I'll send it out that way. So I know I said that was the last thing, but I haven't discussed herbs. So as a herbalist and a naturopath, I can send you out a herbal tincture that will boost your immune system. I've already done that for a few people. Echinacea, you might already have hanging around in your cupboard as a pill form or a tincture or liquid. You can definitely take that. Elderberry is another one. I think that's sold out everywhere. Astragalus is another really powerful herb, which I have here. Ginseng is another one. And you may find that you've got some things in your cupboard already that you can just take. If you want me to have a look at what you've got in your cupboard, you can send me a picture and I can have a look and say, yep, take that twice a day, 2 tablets, whatever. If you want, I'm happy to do that. Because if you're like me, you've got a cupboard full of supplements and things that you've accumulated over the years. So yeah, that's about it for me. I am gonna sign off. I've been too long as it is. Hi everyone, bye everyone. And yeah, if you want that report, please message me and I'm happy to send that through to you. Hula!